first example here for solving a two-step equation. Loud noise. Okay, there we go. So again, we can split this equation into two equal parts or down the middle at the equal sign, coming from that first lesson when we talked about it. So now, remember, we want to isolate the x term first. So we want to isolate which term is the piece that has the x in it. That would be the negative 10x. So we want to isolate the negative 10x first. So what is preventing that entire negative 10x piece from being by itself? That would be that plus 6 or that positive 6. Well, the opposite or the inverse operation of a positive or a plus 6 would be a minus, or to subtract 6 from both sides. Notice the way I'm showing the minus 6 on both sides. Notice the way that I am just showing my work here. You need to be showing work to get your full credit. Again, I didn't put the minus 6 underneath the 10x or the negative 10x because negative 10x and negative 6 are not like terms, so I'm not going to be doing anything with that. So that positive 6 minus 6 cancels out to be 0, and I'm left with that negative 10x is equal to negative 34 minus 6 more. It's like you're spending more money, is a negative 40. So now, after that first step, you're back to just a one-step equation to kind of finish it off there. So what's preventing the x from being by itself now? That negative 10. What operation's going on between the negative 10 and the x? Multiplication. The opposite of that is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 10. The reason I'm not dividing by a positive 10 is because if I was, a positive divided by a negative is going to be a negative and it wouldn't cancel out. And I want all of it to cancel out, including the negative. So I'm dividing by negative 10. Leaving us with a final answer of negative 10 divided by 10 is just 1x. That cancels out, so I'm left with 1x or just x. Negative 40 divided by negative 10 is going to be a positive 4. So x is equal to 4. And now for the check. You only have to do a check if I specifically ask you to in the problem. And you'll see because there will be the word check next to it. So first step to check, in case you forgot, is rewriting that original equation. So negative 10x plus 6 is equal to negative 34. And so these are going to be a little bit more complicated than our first ones because there's more steps involved. And then I'm writing that again, but this time anywhere I see that variable, I'm putting in empty parentheses. Based on my answer of 4, 4 is what's going in for x. And now I'm just mathing. Negative 10 times positive 4 is negative 40. Carry down everything else. And notice how when I'm doing these checks, I'm never touching the left. Nope, that's the right. I'm never touching the right side of the equation. So let's just make a note. We're not doing anything. Not doing anything to the right side. That right side is just carrying down there. And then finally, negative 40 plus 6 leaves me with a negative 34, which is equal to negative 34, which tells me that my answer of positive 4 checks out. Boom.